In this module, we will give you a brief introduction to Lean. First, we will answer the question, what is Lean? Next, we will define the principles and tools of the Toyota production system. Finally, we will talk about the benefits of Lean transformation. James Womack was the person who coined the term Lean in the book The Machine That Changed the World, which was a study of the automotive industry globally. The term Lean was used to describe the Toyota production system because Toyota was able to develop and build better quality automobiles faster than their competition. Womack defines Lean as a systematic approach to identifying and eliminating waste through continuous improvement by flowing the product at the pull of the customer in pursuit of perfection. Throughout this training, we will talk about the principles and tools that will help you transform your organization. Let's briefly cover where Lean came from. Taiichi Ono, chief engineer at Toyota, was faced with the following situation just after World War II. Toyota had very little money, a very small market, productivity 1/10 that of Detroit, a production requirement of less than 1/100th of Ford. He was asked to catch up with Detroit in just 3 years, that is, in terms of productivity. While it took longer than that, after studying Ford and also taking advice from quality gurus such as Deming, he created a manufacturing system that focused on reducing cost by eliminating waste. Hence, the Toyota production system was born. The Toyota production system is often depicted as a house because it is a structural system rather than simply a set of tools. Let's take a closer look at this system. We'll begin with the goal. The goal of Lean, or the Toyota production system, is to create the highest quality products at the lowest cost with the shortest lead time to the customer, while creating a safe work environment with high employee morale. These goals are upheld by 2 pillars. The first pillar is just in time, which means providing the next downstream customer with what they need, when they need it, in the quantity that they need it, and at the point in time in which they need it. We use several tools and principles to achieve just in time. We use continuous flow, moving the product from one value-added step to the next with no delay between steps. We set our production rate equal to takt time, the heartbeat of the customer. We use pull systems to build and provide only what the customer needs when they signal for it. And we use quick changeover to become more flexible at building what the customer needs when they need it. The next pillar is quality at the source. This pillar represents the idea that we never knowingly pass defective product to our next downstream customer. We prevent this from happening by implementing tools like line stop, which empower the operators to stop the line and address a problem when one occurs, visual controls to identify problems and prevent problems, mistake proofing to prevent human error from causing a defect, and-on systems, light and audible systems to alert us of errors, and we employ the concept of the 5 whys, root cause analysis, by continually asking the question why until we get to the root cause of a problem rather than addressing symptoms of problems. At the base of the Toyota production system, we have operational stability. To create and maintain stable processes, we employ standard work, which ensures that our process is consistent and able to meet the volume requirements of the customer. We employ preventive maintenance or total productive maintenance to ensure that our equipment is reliable. And we implement a 5S system to help us organize and standardize our operations and keep it that way. Finally, we employ the concept of hijunka, or leveling the workload, to ensure a smooth flow of production from beginning to end. The final and most important element of Lean is to create a flexible, capable, and highly motivated workforce to make it all happen. We want to create a culture of problem solving. James Womack and Daniel Jones wrote the book Lean Thinking back in 1996 to further describe lean. In it, they identified 5 principles of lean. The first principle of lean is specify value. Value is what the customer is willing to pay for. We need to understand what the customer needs and values first. The second principle is identify the value stream. We need to identify the value streams for our products or services and then map those value streams to identify waste and sources of waste. Value streams include all of the actions required to deliver our products or services to our customers. Next, we create continuous or one-piece flow. We eliminate delays from our processes. In manufacturing, this means eliminating work-in-progress inventory and moving the product from one step to the next with no delay. We then employ the concept of pull. Every point in our process has a customer, and we create a system that allows us to only make what the next downstream customer needs. Finally, we pursue perfection. We continue to find ways to eliminate waste and improve quality. Let's take another perspective on lean. Imagine the timeline that begins with the customer placing an order and ends with the customer paying for that order. That timeline includes things like purchasing raw materials, manufacturing, planning, engineering, shipping, customer service, all of the processes necessary to deliver the product or service. That timeline includes value creating time, time in which you are transforming the product in such a way that the customer is willing to pay for it. It also includes non-value creating time, time in which no value is being added. This represents the time in which the product is waiting. Taiji Ono described the Toyota production system this way. All we are doing is looking at the timeline from when the customer gives us an order to the point at which we collect the cash, and we're reducing that timeline by removing non-value added wastes. Applying lean principles will create the following types of improvements. Shorter lead times or turnaround times to customers and faster production lead times or cycle times. Net decrease in inventory, which frees up cash that will be used to fuel growth and pay down debt. Productivity growth, which increases capacity and lowers costs, and quality improvement, which lowers costs and attracts additional business. Our operational excellence model begins with strategy deployment, originally called Hoshin Kanri. Strategy deployment is a methodology used to set the direction of the organization. What is our vision? What are we trying to achieve and by when? Which metrics are important for achieving our goals? This is an annual process that involves input from all levels of the organization. The process results in a clear set of goals, breakthrough initiatives, and key metrics. All aspects of the organization will be rowing in the same direction. The next level down is a methodology known as value stream mapping. We utilize value stream mapping to further refine our key initiatives. A value stream is a way of describing the flow of information and material from customer order or request through to fulfillment of that order or request. By analyzing our value streams, we can pinpoint specific, targeted areas for improvement and develop a plan to make it happen. The next 2 levels are the ways we actually make these things happen. To actually make improvements, we have several methodologies that we use. At the very bottom, we have what's called daily Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese word translating to good change or improvement. Through daily Kaizen, each part of our organization is working on reaching particular incremental targets for improvement using scientific thinking, many times referred to as A3 thinking or problem solving. Just one line above daily Kaizen are Kaizen events and other projects such as DMAIC projects. DMAIC is a problem-solving methodology as well, which stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. These team-based activities are used to achieve targeted improvements as well, but they are typically reserved for more complicated endeavors. This entire model, when used correctly, allows the organization to learn while changing culture and achieving great gains.